What's up, everyone? This is Max Red. Today we're going to cover some basic techniques for recording and editing MIDI in Cubase 11 Pro. The MIDI features in Cubase are some of the most advanced and capable of any DAW. So let's get started. To begin, we open up a MIDI track with an instance of any VST in your library. Today we'll use Helion 6. We make sure it works, and now we can select our MIDI record mode. On the transport panel, we click to the right of the MIDI symbol and open up the record mode section. Our three main options are new parts, merge, and replace. There are other options if we are recording MIDI in cycle or loop mode as well. For now, we'll use the replace mode and record some piano chords on our own MIDI track. Now that we are ready to record our pattern, we can activate the metronome or click track by clicking this symbol or simply by hitting the C on our keyboard. After recording our chord pattern, we double-click our event and we can view and make some simple edits to our notes. Here, we adjust them quickly by hand. An important feature of Cubase is that we are able to set the scale of our track or project. Here, we make sure that we are in A sharp minor. Our next step is to add a top melody to our chords. We will change the MIDI record mode to merge and the cycle mode to mix, so we can simply add the notes to our existing chords in real time. We turn on cycle mode by hitting / on our keyboard and hit the asterisk sign to record. After recording, we can simply clean up by deleting extra notes and moving others to their correct spot. Once we are happy with our MIDI, we can make edits to the entire event, such as copy and paste. We can use the scissor tool to cut, and we can also delete some of the parts. Let's double-click our event and we can transpose the key of our recording up or down by simply typing in a value in the Transpose Information tab. We can also go down by typing a negative value. Let's go back to 0. We already know about the Scale Assistant, but in the left information zone, you are able to change the note expression view, you can edit your chords, and you can apply quantize or even swing to your notes. You can also change the length of the notes, as we'll do here, to the top melody that we added. We simply select our notes and apply the length setting as we see fit. Rather than record a MIDI track, you can also import an external MIDI file in several ways. You can import using the File tab, you can import using the Media Bay, or you can simply drag and drop a MIDI file into your track from another location in your computer or external hard drive. Here we simply drop a similar MIDI file right into our Halion 6 track. Notice that it is also in A# minor. We can then move our cycle locators to the new event to make some edits. Cubase has several modes for viewing your MIDI notes. If you click here, you can select a different view other than velocity, such as pitch, channel, or by part. If you see here, the blue matches the color of our track. We'll change it back to velocity view, and I'll show you some ways we can edit our notes. We can select our notes and bring down the relative velocity of the entire group. Not only can we ramp down the MIDI pattern, but we can also go up. You can also make edits to individual notes, such as cut. You can glue, you can erase, or you can draw. You can also adjust the individual velocity and even mute and unmute individual notes. You can also automate effects such as pitch bend. You can simply draw in your pitch bend values on the lower panel. This could be handy for creating a bass glide effect with other instruments. One nice thing about working in MIDI is that you can add multiple tracks and only use a single VST if it has multiple instrument slots like Halion 6. Once we create a new MIDI track, we can simply drag in our second MIDI pattern to create a layer. When we open up our Halion 6 VST, we see that we have a second instrument loaded in the second slot, and it is routed to its own separate track. Let's hear these brass hits. Let's change the color of our second track, and I'll show you another cool feature. By selecting both tracks, Cubase gives us the ability to view two MIDI tracks and edit them at the same time. This is very helpful when lining up parts such as bass and drums. Changing the way we view our notes can be very useful in editing. In the View Parts mode, we can see the corresponding color of our notes to their respective tracks. Here I have added a third MIDI track. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and leave a comment to see others like this. Thank you.